Hello and welcome to week 4 in psychology seminar. And for many of you, this is the week you've been anxious to get to. In the 24-hour chapter, which is chapter 3, there was a discussion that we had about the pros and cons of your efforts in time management. Lots of great comments in there. That was awesome. And now, I simply want you to try the Kavanaugh way, the way I manage my time, and to see if elements of that may help you better manage your time to get the things that you want to get done. Now, to do that, I'm going to in addition to the information I've included in the course book, my plan is tonight, not right now, because I have a thing I need to do this afternoon, but tonight I'm going to record a video. I'm going to put it in my Dr. K's Psychobabble channel. And I'm going to go over in detail how to construct my time management plan. It's exactly what's included in the course book, just in a video format. And I think that will help bring together some of the elements that I think sometimes get misunderstood about how that actually works. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. You have plenty of time. Plenty of time to get started on this assignment. It's the only thing that's due this week. That's a lie. The special assignments are there. That assignment is all you have to do in terms of chapter assignments. You can start working on that, start putting your list together, and then wait for that video. Get some really confirming ideas as to what I'm looking for you to do, and then go ahead and finish the assignment. You have all week to get that done. In addition to that, we are beginning this week the special assignment. This is the reading of the Steven Pinker book called Enlightenment Now. If you haven't got it yet, you need to get it now. You need to start reading, and we're going to cover what I'm expecting you to do is to first watch the video that I have posted in the course book of Steven Pinker speaking at a TED event. I think he's at TED Talks. That kind of summarizes what this book is about. Now, the book is dense. It goes into lots of data and lots of that. So the video is a really good way to get an overview of what's Pinker's message here. What is he trying to say with this book and his mission? It's a sort of this thing that he has going on. I want you to read the first 3 chapters in that book. These are the easiest of the chapters to consume them, and it's really where Pinker lays out what he's trying to do here in terms of understanding the relationship between reason and science and the counter science and reason and the counter Enlightenment culture that is coexisting in our society right now. Very, very present, very, very there. And a little bit about disinformation, about the actual purposeful act of spreading false information through media channels in order to sway public opinion. This is the real faking. Oftentimes you will hear references to news materials that paint a negative picture of someone as fake news. It might not be fake. It might just be a selected part of the news, but it's not fake. It might be real, or it has a slant, or it has, a lot of that. That's different. That has to do with critical thinking and okay, is there another side to this story? Is there, where can I go to maybe hear the other side of this? Just like in a court of law. Our former president is currently in a court of law, and he has the opportunity to present his argument, and the people that are accusing him of wrongdoings get the opportunity to present theirs. So we, in the court of our minds, we need to allow for that information to come in. That is different than specific bad players putting information out there that is simply not evidence-based. There's no, this is false. It's right up there with any other sort of theory of conspiracy that's happening that is outlandish. And as critical thinkers, it's not that conspiracies don't happen. It's not that there's not a deeper story to things. It's that we're reluctant to rely upon those until we see evidence. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I think somebody really famous said that, and now I've said it. So extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you hear something that's too good to be true, I wouldn't believe it until I have substantial information that would bring me to the point of believing that. And that's a critical part of these first 3 chapters. It's a critical aspect of everything that Pinker's trying to do. It's a critical aspect of one of the value systems I'm putting into this program. And I want you as my students to at least, even if you walk away from here and reject all of this, that's fine. But my goal is that you've experienced what you need to do in order to have a questioning mind, to be a scientist, and to evaluate information like that in order to not be swayed, manipulated, and used, which goes on. So, with that said, we have the chapter assignment, to which there's going to be an instructional video that I'm going to put out, but feel free to start it. Then there's the Steven Pinker, the first, it's called the Part 1 discussion. It's in the course book at the end. All of those parts are sequentially placed into that one chapter at the end. And I'm going to be posting another video. I am a subscriber to a news channel called Tangle, and Isaac, the person who has constructed that whole thing, has put together a video on disinformation and its threat to our understanding of the world and democracy. And he is a wonderful, very even-handed reporter with Tangle, his own channel. He has a YouTube channel. I subscribe to his newsletter, and you can look it up. His goal is to give political commentary, left, right, and his opinion. And I've always found him to be very fair-handed, to evaluate news very well. He kind of like helps me so I don't have to do that research myself. I kind of lean on his perspective quite a lot when I'm looking at controversial things. And he is an amazing individual. And so I'll be including that video to kind of give that Tangle experience in that idea of disinformation. I also encourage you to investigate the Tangle website and the Tangle newsletter, which are free, although he does like to have people subscribe, and because I use it a lot, I subscribe and I send him some money on an annual basis to keep that going. You don't have to do that. And in fact, this Tangle has now been incorporated into my Introduction to Sociology class. And so, using this source of information, that's not the only one that's out there. There's another newsletter, 1440, I think it is the name of the newsletter, named after the year in which the printing press was established. And that's another source. And there's other sources of this even-handed approaches to the news of the day, something that is refreshing, really. And so that's cool. So I'll be putting those additional resources up this week. You have the assignment to replicate Mark Kavanaugh's method of managing his time, and then Part 1 discussion in the special assignment. So review that, get into that early, get into the discussion. That helps other people. Not only do the front runners that go in there set the tone and the expectations for the discussion, but you're role models to your peers about how to do this. So do that, take on that mantle of responsibility, go in there, and then people can start adding their their comments. And now, while there is a specific slant to this book, there's no doubt about that. It is science, the science perspective of the news. Opinions and thoughts are welcomed. Substantiate them if you have some concerns about things. But anything like a blanket, like this is BS, it's just not going to be accepted because it isn't BS. So it's not if you're going to critique, and that's okay, then have evidence-based information to critique. If you don't like the message, that's different than a critique. And so this is the place to do this. This is the nice, safe place. We're going to be nice to each other regardless of our opinions, and that on all fronts. So this is a safe place to explore diverse ideas, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this whole special assignment. So be well, engage in this. This is the time management thing, to kind of play around with your own time management, and our first ventures into the Pinker book special assignment, Enlightenment Now. So I'm really looking forward to your first impressions on that book, and I'll be looking to see you in those discussions. So take care.